Hey everybody, Texas Stroker here, Lance the Performance Shop, Mopars.com. A Sunday fun day, taking care of some accumulating tools here, getting them processed so we can filter them into use, not feel bad about making them look bad or dirty. So this is also a situation. I picked up one of these items as a gift for my nephew, and I kind of need to have it back in the house so it's ready to go. But this all came from DRPD. I just recorded a haul from them, kind of split this one up. We did some coking stuff on the end, and in that video I told you the reason I brought that stuff in and it wasn't on sale is because there was an item that was on sale that I really wanted to bring in, and I thought, well, if I'm ordering, just as well make it happen and get free freight. So where are we going to get started? I just cannot leave well enough alone with these. Pretty much every single time I bought from DRPD, I've brought these in. If you're a veteran viewer of the channel, or you're super into the DRPD side of things, you're probably going to know what it is. For everyone else, here's your final hint. These things are going to set you back $3.55. They come in multiple colors, and if you don't know what it is, still, I'll tell you the manufacturer is PB Swiss. And if that got your attention, I'll tell you right now, this entire tool haul is PB Swiss. So, with that said, right here, we've got about 12, 14, 15 bucks or so in little PB Swiss magnets. That's what these are, is magnets. I absolutely love these. They're stupid handy. Here recently, I typically have a blue one and a green one stuck over here to the side. If you ever hear this, that noise, it's usually I incidentally bump them. If you're like, what do you do with them? I think I've shown it in one of the videos. I've got it like stuck to the magnetic strip in a KC tool haul stand. I use them all the time. The green one is currently not here. I just have blue. Why? The green one I had with me because we had a deal where my mom's tire was leaking air. Basically, it was like clockwork. It was £1 an hour. And basically I could like meet her at work and check it, and the time, since I inflated it when we left work, it was exactly down £1. And so I basically went through a cycle. We weren't going to get it fixed, and we didn't get it fixed because she was getting new tires, and it's like that close to it. That's when all that stuff seems to happen. And so we just cheesed it, we drove it. It was a situation, my thoughts are, well, let me find out what it is. I could not find that thing. I'm not sure that the dealer, her stuff's under warranty, whatever. It's a foreign language to me, warranty. But I don't think they found it either. Not that it mattered. Maybe they didn't look. Maybe it was like glaring at them. But this is like perfect for running through the tread on a tire, and I can usually locate things. That's one of the many uses for those that you probably wouldn't think of off the top of your head. The other thing, like when you go to buy a vehicle, you put tape on one of them. I've got one with me that I've got just some blue painter's tape. I can kind of feel around, and it's like, oh, it's rust free. Kind of see some waves in the quarter panel, and I'm like, yeah, now you hear that, and they're like, oh, sounds the same as the rest of it to me. And then you take the magnet, and you're like, well, this is your hood, clunk, and then this is your quarter, and yeah, you get the idea. So they're just stupid handy. Obviously blue and green are my favorite two colors of these things, and I think I'm going to keep a blue and a green, and I'm going to give a blue and a green to my nephew. But that's why these are stuck together. They're just really, really handy. Now, the only way to make these better is if they came in larger sizes and they were telescopic. But so far, this is what they've got. I'm content with it. We're going to call it good. But the real reason those were not on sale, $3.55, fantastic price. You can kind of swallow that one. What was on sale was 25% off while supplies lasted. And basically it was a deal. I think I saw that email at break at work, and that night we turned in an order for the PB Swiss Insider at 25% off. These suckers came to $29.60, and I'm not gonna lie, what I was planning to try to do with this, which I am going to start trying tomorrow, is EDC. I wasn't sure on the size of these things. Let me drop it down for you. It's pretty small, kind of like the size of a standard driver, handle, if you will, 4-inch 100mm shaft on the end of it. We'll pull out a PB Swiss here in a second to compare. But this is the PB Swiss Insider, and if you're thinking like Insider, what's the deal? It's just got a bit holder. Yeah, it does. Let's grab a bit of thanks. This is a KC tool number 2. This one's from Felo, and you can see it like sucked her down, right? Pretty strong magnet at that. Here it is again. For your audible pleasures here, we'll shut up and let you hear it. So, pretty neat little setup, right? And you think, well, that's cool, but you're going to need some bits with it. Yeah, we do, but that's why it's called the Insider. For the barcode people, yes, I know, it's egregious. I wish it wasn't there, too. But anyway, it is. That's kind of the end of it. I can't remember if this, okay, it does just pull out. For some reason, the knurling, which is noticeable when you touch it on two pads here, kind of where I have my thumb and index finger. Let me get you a gander at it. You can see right there what I'm talking about. Contact area, smooth. Contact area, smooth. You get the idea, right? You just pull back on that. I feel like it's threaded. It just seems like something PB Swiss would do, but it's not. And this is what's on the inside. So their bits are color-coded, if you didn't know. Some of them look super, super cool, especially when you get into like the longer lengths, 49 millimeters and up. What we're concerned with, we've got a number 1 Phillips and a number 2 Phillips. That's obviously going to be what sees the most use. This gives you a PB Swiss. If you've always wanted to try PB Swiss bits, this is a great way to do it. Coming into your slotted, you've got like a 625, 5.5, and then a 4.0 back to Phillips. So in torques, we've got a 20, a 15, and a 10. The only thing that would make it better is if it had a 25. In fact, you can customize these, not through a supplier, but if you have other bits or PB Swiss bits, I might pull one of those slotted out and swap it with a 25 or even a posi, running into more and more of that junk. But the star of the show would be the number 2 Phillips. And I realize now I should be using the blue one because this green one is what I'm going to give my nephew. So green is his favorite color, and he's not like necessarily our alphas here, like Sublime Mopar green. He's kind of like into the dark green, Kelly green type of stuff. So this is right up his alley. It looks super, super nice. And the translucent handle, same thing with our blue one there. But kind of gives you an idea of what you're working with. How are we looking? Quick little crude measurement on the handle. As you might have guessed, about 4 inches here. The bit extension is going to be about 3/4 of an inch with the bit in place. From the handle, we're going to call that 1.5 inches. So assembled, if you were to foolishly throw that in your pocket and hopefully remember not to sit down, you're looking at right about 5.5 inches. So pretty compact. Keep in mind you can custom tailor these bits however you would like to. As you're thinking like, well, hey, what about the blue one? Did you get different bits in it? No, they're all going to come standard with the same bits. There I go, trying to pull that straight back for you so you can kind of pick up on it. But if we spin it around, you're going to see 1 and 2 Phillips. Then you're going to have your 3 slotted there. You're going to have your 3 torques. So we got 2 Phillips, 3 slotted, and 3 torques. We have 8 bits in the carousel. Spins freely, spins good. It seems pretty solid for what it is. Sometimes with drivers like this, it's kind of wonky. You don't really have much faith in it. And then you kind of hate pulling it out because you're thinking like, you know, it's had this for a while. I'm betting that thing is going to shatter at some point in time. But the main thing, you know, PB Swiss does have some different bits. You can totally use it with standard bits. And case in point right here, you've got the PB Swiss on the green driver. You've got my KC Tool Felo bit on the blue driver. Essentially the same thing. So if you, and I know some of you probably have, I think I've seen probably the first time I saw this stuff was probably AR Tools up there in New York. Many of you probably have these and have been using them for EDC stuff, or maybe just even roll cart type of an application. Travel bag, carry around, glove box is perfect for an in-car deal. Obviously, you know, what you use, you might want like a bigger, you know, driver in certain situations, but just for general purpose, I don't know what I'm going to run into. It's pretty nice, especially considering you can control what bits go in there. So case in point, if I pop this up, we're going to come in and grab another KC Tool bit of thanks. And if I can find the slot that's open, good Lord. Oh, I don't have one open here. I'm gonna go to my nephew. That's why. I was like, man, what is wrong with my eyes? And I was with a clean camera, and it's just wasting time now. So right here, we're gonna take the Felo bit of thanks from KC Tool. Fit like a glove. Fits like a glove on the inside of our PB Swiss Insiders. So really, really neat little deal here. The biggest thing for me is going to simply be to remember to extract the bit before I sit. Or bend or something. We'll have to kind of get a feel for it. But currently I've been rolling with the Cobra XS. I've always got a knife with me, tons of keys, some mints, chapstick, and I'm thinking about throwing this in my pocket and kind of seeing how it does. Just one of those things, I'll kind of get a feel for it, but the barcode should wear off over time. That's good. Sadly, that branding will do the same thing. It's a little bit more recessed, where this is kind of up on a ridge. That's actually recessed, the PB Swiss branding. PB6164 blue, the part number, that's on a ridge as well. So maybe you get lucky and you just rub the barcode off. Who knows? Right here on the translucent handle, you'll see it says Swiss made. And like I said, I think it's a pretty compact little deal. There's something else in the neighborhood of this thing that I've waited a really long time on to come in. I'm not going to tell you from where or from who. Some of you might have guesses. If you do, leave it down below. But it's kind of what I'm wanting to do, is find something that'll fit in my pocket and give me, you know, a decent selection of bits, which again, we can tailor it. If you're like, I'm never going to care if there's a T10, 15, 20, or I don't use slotted anything. What do you use? Do you use square stuff? You up in Canada? Do you use a number 2 on window screens? Do you need a number 1 and a number 2 posi? Would that be more useful than the slotted stuff? Build it out. Do whatever you want to do. But if you are someone who has used these as EDC in particular, how do you like it? Have you found anything better? Is this the best you found? Is it a situation you wanted to try it and you've not been disappointed, and you're also not willing to invest to try something else because there's nothing wrong with this? Whatever your story and first-hand experience has been with the PB Swiss Insider, please, please, please let us know in the comment section. That'll be useful information for me, but also for people who say haven't been aware that this was on the market. If they're thinking like, yeah, I'm going to do EDC with that. And then you come in and you're like, hey, you know, I swear by this, you know, I tried that for a while, I wanted to like it, just couldn't get behind it. This is what I use instead, whether it's Klein, VHA, whatever it might be. Or if it's a situation where you've tried everything and this is the best, that's also just as useful, again, especially first-hand experience. With that said, we got the battery light flashing, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, I wanted to make this one standalone. It just seemed to flow better that way than throwing it in with some coke and sockets. That way, if you're like, nah, you bought more coke and sockets trying to complete a set, I know what's going on, not going to watch that. You won't miss this, because this, like I said, I've seen them. I've seen pictures of them, but I've never like seen them in video or gotten to experience them. Going to try to multitask, do two things here at once. LoneStarMopars.com is the website. You can find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all three at LoneStarMopars.com. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on everything. If you like multiple things I'm doing, by all means, feel free to subscribe. If you do that, jump your charger across the creek while ringing a bell. YouTube just might let you know that we've got new videos out every Wednesday and Saturday, 9 a.m. Texas time. And last but not least, before we go, I want to do this. Like, if you're familiar with anything from PB Swiss, it looks like you're going to have the exact same handles. So whether you've got the old school acetate, it's going to be a little thinner, but lengthwise it's almost dead on. And then most of you probably aren't buying the old acetate unless you explicitly love that. You're probably getting something either in this translucent style or the Swiss grip. And if you're getting the Swiss grip, it's the same thing. It's essentially identical to this. So if you have this style of a driver from PB Swiss, you're going to know exactly what to expect for the dexterity and feel of the Insider. If you have the Swiss grip, exact same profile, but where this is sort of a soft texture, this will be a hard texture. So that might give you some kind of a baseline of what you're going into. But overall length there with the handle, spot on, 100%. You will know what to expect. So it's kind of a lineup there for you. We do have a few more. I think we've got this guy I can grab, hex bolster. Again, just the same thing there. So that is cool, because again, if you're on the fence about this or you're real particular, that's the route to go. With EDC stuff, I could see the appeal of having something soft, but think of that in your pocket. I live in a very dusty area, but my pockets make the dust that I deal with in the outside seem like nothing. So lint, crud, debris, grease, you name it, it all winds up in my pocket. That would probably transpose and embed into the handle. So I can kind of agree with the decision to do something a little bit more robust on that front. But yeah, I think I'm going to throw this thing in my pocket and start using it EDC, kind of see how I like it. Might have to go to the left pocket. The right pocket's getting a little bit full. But when I say EDC in pocket, I am not kidding. Like, I literally in the pocket, no pouch, no trickery, in a pocket. So on that front, though, I think I kind of covered the outro just because, again, battery lights flashing, never know when she's going to go. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a little something, maybe got you amped up about this Insider. I don't know when PB Swiss will have 25% off, or at least DRPD did, on the Insider, but it's something typically Memorial Day, Black Friday, you can kind of bank on that. Maybe you source PB Swiss elsewhere. Again, I got all mine from DRPD here. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And this will actually be kind of a gift for my nephew for something he's got coming up here. And just seems like a neat little tool. Plus, that's like his shade of green right there, which is kind of hard to find in tools, realistically. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully he likes it, serves him well. Whether he puts it in his toolbox, throws it in his glove box, center console, whatever, you know, drawer at his desk. It's a pretty nice solid, and the bits are going to be of great quality. We know that. But it's just kind of a nice little handy tool to have. So whether you want to buy several, I would have actually, had I have known that I would like this, I would have bought more. But this was a deal where I was like, yeah, I don't know, I might not like that thing. So I held back. Otherwise, I probably would have bought maybe 4 of them. Just kind of depends. I've got, you know, certain things where I cycle through, you know, like your desk drawer, the kitchen drawer, you know, your in-laws' house, sister's house, whatever it might be. You kind of know the drill. But, the good thing here, again, really compact for glove box, center console, door pocket, whatever it might be. But yeah, that was our haul from DRPD and PB Swiss. The magnets, stupid handy, absolutely love them. The Insider looks like a really nice EDC option. There are some stuff where we've brought it in. We've got more bits, we've got more options. You got nut drivers, you got like double the bit selection. But it's also not something I'd want to carry around in my pocket, okay? Like center console, glove box, you bet. Toolbox in the car, absolutely. But in my pocket, no. So that's where I kind of want this to shine. I'm going to start testing it. We'll see how it goes. By the time you see this video, I'll probably know, like, yeah, that thing's pretty handy, or man, I wanted it to work, it just doesn't. But we'll take it from there. So with that said, let me know your thoughts on all this mess. Most importantly, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. If you've got insight, feel free to share that. But main thing I want you to take away, have a fantastic weekend, and I hope to catch you back here for more action from the shop.